me and see everything, but I think everything should be fine, so I'm ready to start the game, so let's get this party started. So, spawning on the top left position as a red Protoss player, we are having the Swedish Super Gosu Protoss, Mr. OyA. And his opponent, the star from Hungary, Super Gosu Zerg, one of the best Zergs in the entire world, Mr. Sziky. And we can see that he's starting from 9 pool. This is always very dangerous on Colosseum, because you know that there is a creep over here, so there is a potential for a creep colony over here, which will turn into the sunken. We know that this is a good strategy against Terran, but we can see that Sziky is immediately scouting with the drone, so he will be able to make this sunken, make this creep colony. However, with Gateway first, I feel like OyA will have resources to defend it. Hello, Mr. GG, thank you for the support, my friend. I encourage you guys to watch it on Trovo, because Trovo is the sponsor of this event. Huge thanks for them for allowing us to have this event on their platform, for allowing us to have this event with the great prize pool. Overall, it was around $1,000 because it was 8 hoodies plus $500 for the main event. So huge thanks for Trovo for allowing us to have this event over here. That's really great. However, we can see that Sziky is applying more pressure with the creep colony, and he will force a couple more probe pool. There will be a sunken from OyA. However, I don't think that Sziky will be able to finish this creep colony, but he's dancing around, he's trying to snipe the probes. OyA is doing good job lowering the HP of the creep colony, and whenever the creep colony will go down to 100 HP, it will spawn with only 1 HP, because creep colony has 400 health and sunken has 300. But we can see that Sziky was able to sneak in 3 links to the base of OyA. Very nice micro, pulling the wounded probe. However, Sziky was able to catch it and he eliminated another probe. However, I feel like the investment made by Sziky wasn't worth it. He spent plenty of resources. He spent the drone, he spent 125 resources. And he killed like 2 probes. Obviously, he forced the cannon before the Nexus, so that's a small victory. However, now he will be forced to spend every single larva he has on Zenix. I will give you guys notification on Discord that we are starting. Thank you, sorry. Okay, guys, okay, so 4 zealots from OyA. He's applying a lot of pressure. There is 8 links from Sziky, though a couple of zealots are wounded, but I feel like Sziky is having a hard time dealing with this pressure efficiently. Luckily for him, he doesn't have any drones over here, and there is overload in production, so those are, let's call it, wasted shots. But we can see that Sziky was pulling drones in order to like mess the AI of the zealots, but we can see the excellent trades from OyA. However, finally Sziky will be able to finish this aggression from our Protoss player. The only downside of OyA position is that he doesn't have the Nexus yet, so maybe Sziky, after defending this attack without any drone losses, he will be able to get back to this game. Third Hatchery is finishing. The Colosseum is a map where it's relatively easy to take first 3 expansions. However, it's very hard to take the 4th one, because it's like map is split into the 4 squirrels, like 4 pizza slices, let's call it this way, and and each pizza slice has 3 bases, so you need to take the area close to the another respawn in order to have another expansion. We have some people on the chat: Mr. Speggy, Mr. Superman, Mr. Azriga. We can see double gateway from OyA and the range for the goons, so he will try to apply pressure with this sneaky build order. I'm not expecting Sziky to expect that, however this is also brilliant strategy to defend 9073, especially on this map, because if you will put range goons on the high ground, it will be very easy to snipe the incoming Hydralisk. So this is beautiful read from OyA. We can see that Sziky managed to make exactly the amount of drones he needs, because it's 9, 6, and here will be 4. So it's exactly 9074. My beautiful wife is here. Thank you, Karolcha, for being here and for being in my life. That's a pleasure to have you all guys here. Definitely a pleasure to have such a wonderful audience. Such a wonderful match for you. I'm definitely hyped for this one and for the next one, which will be Dawid versus Terror. I also don't even have to wait for me to hear what I said on the stream, because she can hear it through the wall. Sziky still doesn't know what he's playing, guys, what he's facing. However, he's not investing too much into this aggression, so he just wanted to apply pressure. He just wanted to force OyA to play defensively, and it looks like it's working well for him. However, OyA is not making like static defense. He's making dragoons, which will have opportunity to apply pressure on Sziky. So I'm wondering if Sziky will know when to start making units again, because we can see that he droned up pretty heavily, and OyA sees it. Oh, he doesn't see it with the pylon, excuse me. But I like those pylons, those are giving him additional vision. And soon, looks how smartly OyA is not even showing the range goons, so he's not, like, now he will show them, because now Sziky will realize, okay, those are range goons, I'm in a little bit of trouble, I need to trade against them as good as it's possible, but it will be pretty hard. Sziky is trying to trade one goon, he will try to trade the second one. That's a very good micro from him, because killing those 2 goons is always good, because the goons are damage dealers, the zealots will be there to tank damage, so that's definitely good beginning of the defense from our Zerg player. However, you can see the supplies, it's 76 to 34. Very hard defense, very hard situation for Sziky. You can see that he's expecting to play it out with the Muta switch, but with that macro, with 5 gateways, I feel like OyA can win it simply with the mass zealot pressure, because Sankens, as good as Sankens are, zealots, they either can ignore it or try to surround it and kill it, and those 3 Sankens will be always good. However, I don't think it will be good enough. Nice drone drill from Sziky, however, it's a little bit missed, and we can see that OyA very smartly target firing the Sunken, which was in production, so immediately this Sunken had 8 HP less. There is a lot of goons which I think will be able to deal with those mutas, and if not, I think the zealots will be able to deal with the Sunkens. You can see that OyA very smartly keeping the goons alive, keeping the goons away from the links while sniping the mutas, and Sziky is doing whatever he can, but he has zealots in the natural, so it's very hard situation for him, and it looks like if there will be a game for OyA, so very nice first game. We've seen pretty cool aggression from our from our Zerg player. He was going for the 9 pull and the Sunken over here, but OyA defended it perfectly, and after that he was able to apply so much pressure with the Zeros that Sziky was forced to make so many links that he wasn't able to drone up properly. So then he was forced to go for 9073, but OyA very smartly went for the Dragoon build or the range goons, and it was a perfect choice from him because he was able to defend the early aggression very easily. That's why he's having such a huge advantage right now, but that's a beautiful read from our Swedish Protoss player. Sziky is trying to get back to this game, but those two Archons are they will probably end his dreams. Fighting with those Archons with only 2 bases will be extremely hard. He doesn't have economy to start building hatcheries. He doesn't have hatcheries to start building hatcheries. He doesn't have hatcheries to start building them. So it's very hard situation for our Zerg player. If someone can get back, it's going to be Mr. Sziky, but it's going to be GG, and we are having 1-0 score for our Protoss player. Very good game from OyA. Great game. Ooh, nice series. Very nice counter strategy. And now the second map. So the first best of 5 guys is from replays because players couldn't play live today. However, second best of 5 Terror versus the World will be live. So the players are aware. I believe they are banning the maps now. Let me check. Okay guys, so I believe Mr. Minerals will be happy because the second map is going to be kick flip, which means that this is his own map, this is his precious. He's like, oh, my kick flip, and he is probably happy that players decided to play on this map as a second choice. So with the 1-0 score for OyA, we are going to game number 2 on kick flip, and it's starting right now. So, spawning on the bottom right position, the player who has 1-0 lead, this is Mr. OyA. On the top left location, we are having the player who decided to choose this map. After losing on Colosseum, we are having Super Gosusek Sziky. Those two players, if you've been watching the Saturday and Sunday BSL ladder tournaments open, both of those players played in the finals of both ladder tournaments. I still haven't casted the first one, but I already have the games, so I will cast it on Twitch. The next occasion I will stream there. So there will be another best of 5 to cast. So that's very cool. And we all know that both of those players have a very aggressive playstyle. Sziky is very aggressive there, he can play macro very well. The same thing goes to the OyA, who is always playing very aggressively, always playing in your face with your units. But when the aggression will not success, he is capable of playing excellent macro game behind it. So I think those players are excellent match for the show match, excellent match to play against each other. Ooh! Mr. Taekaipu just tipped to 420. Thank you very much, I really like this number. Mr. Billy the Goat, welcome. Mr. Daniel PP, thank you for the follow, man. Let's make sure we get some non-P to the next round. Mr. Yumkax, welcome. Yeah, I believe Mr. Billy the Goat is suggesting that because we only had 2 Zergs, 1 Terran, and 5 Protoss is advancing to this event. This time, Sziky decided to go for overpull. He's not over-investing into the early aggression with spending Sunken in the front base of OyA. We can see that OyA is really respecting the potential of run by links because he's not even descending the first Zealot to the base of Sziky. He's building the 3 Zealots before the Nexus, so he's really respecting that, even though that he's seen that there are only couple links made by Sziky, he's respecting it heavily, and that means that those players know each other very well. They know their advantages, they know their weaknesses as well, probably. But whenever they play against each other, the score is very, very close. OyA is top 1 in BSL 16 ladder currently. He's doing really great, I think, with 2500 MMR. However, I checked yesterday, recently, today. I didn't have occasion to check out yet. Sziky was droning up, but now with seeing 4 Zealots, he might be under pressure of building additional links. I think there will be like 5 Zealots. 5 Zealots will be the magical number to try to move out with those Zealots. OyA don't have scouting anymore, so he might be afraid that Sziky is building mass links. That's why he's not moving out. He will probably wait for additional for cannon to finish, and then he will try to move out nicely, sending back the wounded Zealot. But now with 5 Zealots, he will be able to apply some pressure. He will be able to send those 2 Zealots out, but Sziky very smartly, not engaging. Very patient game from both players. At the same time, OyA going for cybernetic core before the cannon. He's already mining the gas, so that's very greedy play from our Protoss player. However, not... Oh, even going for a simulator before the cannon. Usually the cannon means that this is the moment where you can start moving out, when you can start going for some aggression, because this cannon will always be there to protect you from potential run-by, from potential aggression. You can, for example, leave 1 Zealot and put 2 probes over here and you have tight wall in. You can use all the rest Zealots for aggression. You don't necessarily have to go and try to attack the Zerg. You can just pretend that you are going, force Zerg to spend all the larvas he has on Zerglings. Already scouted that there is a link speed already for the Hungarian Zerg. Plus 1 weapon for Corsairs and Stargate. Good timing from both players. Sziky already taking the 4th hatchery. I'm expecting the 5th one here. If he will go for the Mutas, he will go for the Extractor. If he will go for the Hydras, he will go for the 6th hatchery immediately after the 5th one. He's going for Extractor. So, in my expertise, in my opinion, that probably indicates the Muta play. But what the hell do I know? Mr. Ratsev, I need to check what that means in Spanish, but I will check it out after the game because I don't want to miss any great action from those superheroes. We can see that Sziky is already building Mutas. Nice evolution chamber position. This Sunken will be very well protected. And the most importantly, Sziky will have very easy way of drone drilling towards the Sunken, so it will be very hard to snipe it with the Zealots. OyA managed to build so many Zealots with only 1 gateway, already 8, plus 1 weapon, and speed for the Zealots is on the way. So that's why Sziky is going for those Mutas. He wants to delay this Zealot aggression. He don't want to spend too much resources on any defense units until it will be necessary. He wants to drone up as early as it's possible, so the drones will have as much time as possible to mine minerals so badly needed for the Hydras later. OyA also respecting the fact that it might be Mutas, adding the 2nd cannon in the main base, adding the extra cannon over here, but this cannon is a little bit too late, and we can see that Sziky will be able to snipe it. Nicely done. Nice micro from both players. Sziky don't want to lose those mutas because those mutas are keeping him alive from Zealots, and he probably wants to keep those mutas alive at least until there will be all 5 coasters from OyA. OyA is escaping from the Scourges. Sziky is finding this time to kill a couple of the probes. Scourges in the lower number are having a hard time fighting against mutas, and great micro from both players actually, but Sziky somehow still managed to get all the 5 mutas alive. At the same time, he added the 6th hatch. Range for the Hydras is done. He's probably building more drones, the last drones, and starting building Hydras. The drones are in production. So many drones, 40 drones right now, but I'm pretty sure that he feels pretty secure, he feels pretty safe with the SimCity he has and with those mutas, but this is the moment to start building Hydras. He's already going for the range. Speed for the overlords, which means that he will have opportunity to deny third base from OyA if he will decide to go for it, basing the defense only on the Dark Templars. Last one weapon for Hydras is almost done. Soon the mutas will have not that much usage. However, the Carapace should be done in a second. Oh, there is no Carapace actually, okay. We don't see too many Scourges, but there are 4 of them. You can see the Scourges will push the Corsairs away, and at the same time Sziky will be able to use those mutas to push the Zealots. OyA is scouting what's going on, checking out. He was able to escape from those Scourges, so that's nice movement from him. Beautiful game from both players. Storm is on the way. The 4th base going up for Sziky. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Mute666 chat. Plus 1 weapon. Plus 2 weapon is on the way for Sziky. Now is the moment for Zerg when you probably want to build a little bit more Hydras. You want to have pretty good amount of Hydras to be able to deny the 3rd base from the Protoss. Too early 3rd base. Oh, but Sziky will be able to snipe the High Templars. That's incredible snipe from him. At least the 2 High Templars, but this High Templar spent the Storm on the mutas, so there is no High Templars with the Storm available against the Hydras. Nice target firing from Sziky. However, OyA is surrounding, stutter step microing with those Zealots very well. Sziky is using the advantage of the terrain over here to fight back. Only the Zealots, but now the Zealots have plus 1 weapon, plus 1 armor, so the plus 1 weapon from the Hydras is, let's call it, nivelated, at least for the health part. Losing the Corsairs is always dangerous against Sziky, because we all know that he has the Spire, so potential muta switch is always available, but we all know how powerful those OyA pushes are. He can apply so much pressure. His macro is magnificent. Range for the goons is almost done, and once it will be done, probably 1 more round of units, and OyA will try to move out, will try to apply pressure. I don't see Observer from his side. He is on production, so actually this is a perfect timing for the Observer. OyA moving around over here. Sziky. Nice spread on the lurkers to not take too much damage from the storm. At the same time, he's trying to saturate the fourth base, probably add additional macro hatchery. You can see that he's macroing very, very heavily. The supplies are relatively close, 146 to 126. OyA is deciding to attack because there are two more lurkers in the back, so they are dealing a lot of damage to those zealots. But he will be able to clear out this army from Sziky. However, Sziky still has plenty more units back at home. Plus 2 weapon should kick in a second. Yes, it's kicking in right now, so it will give some additional power spike for the Zerg. OyA is building the plus 2-1 upgrade. He's halfway done. There is small counter attack. He will be able to eliminate those cannons. It will force OyA to move around this base for a little bit longer, at least until those cannons will be remade. So this is additional time which Sziky is buying for himself. You can see that the pressure from OyA is big enough that Sziky is having a problem with saturating the fourth base. However, now this is a very nice attack from Sziky, I wanted to say, but it's very, very close engagement. But it looks like OyA will trade most of the zealots, but now he's trading the dragoons, so this is very, very good for Sziky. But we can see that eventually OyA will be able to escape with the most valuable part of his army. When 2-1 will kick in, those goons will deal 24 damage instead of 22. That's always good for the regenerating Zerg army. Sziky, very nice scouting, having Zerglings everywhere. Second forge from OyA. You can see Queen's Nest and second evolution chamber from Sziky. He'll probably go for the melee upgrade for the links over here because he doesn't have hive, so he has no other options as he's building carapace over here. You can see that Sziky is spending all the gas he has for additional lurkers. He's very aggressive. This High Templar is meeting with the Hydras in the middle, so it will be beautiful and great, very valuable snipe for the Zerg. There is only one storm available for OyA. We can see that Sziky is going for the counter attack, but there is no lurker. Oh, I thought that he will have lurkers over here. It would be much better for him, but now he will be able to crash those zealots relatively easily. The 2-1 just kicked in. Sziky is trying to snipe the dragoons, so he will have as much value as possible from those hydras, but that was definitely good value for the Protoss. At the same time, OyA taking the fourth base, so it will be 4 base versus 4 base. Sziky was able to saturate this expansion. Melee upgrade is on the way. 2-1 for the hydras. For the ground units will be done soon. This is pretty hard to fight over here because for now, let's say that the battle will end up this way, and we can see that Sziky is fighting from the low ground. And OyA is... I thought he will kill his observers, but now Sziky has to be a little bit more defensive. There is another counter-attack to the fourth base. At the same time, OyA is going for the third base, so it looks like he found very nice weakness, very nice spot of weakness from Sziky. This Sunken is the only thing that's keeping this base alive, but it looks like maybe Sziky will be able to hold it. There are a couple more storms available. Sziky is struggling to defend this aggression from OyA. The supplies are very, very close. Nice storms from OyA. He will be able to morph one Archon. There will be one more storm available. We can see that Sziky is struggling to send all the units he's building to this position just in order to defend it. Beautiful storm on top of the drones, so OyA is making sure that he will gain at least minimum value from the High Templar. He don't want to lose it, while he don't want this High Templar to be sniped, but it looks like eventually Sziky will be able to clear out those dragoons. But we've seen that OyA spent this time to saturate the fourth base. He was able to kill the drones in the third base or fourth base, whatever you call it, of Sziky, so that's definitely good situation for the Protoss player. However, the supplies are still manageable for both players. Sziky is just starting the hive. He was under such a huge pressure from the Protoss that he wasn't able to spend those 200 resources and 150 gas because he needed every single lurker, every single hydra he had in option to produce. And I hope, guys, that you hear that I'm very hyped for this match. I'm very hyped for for having those great players playing against each other. And this is just the beginning. This is just a first dish. The main dish is coming, which is BSL Season 16. And I can't wait for it, so I hope that you are playing in BSL 16 ladder. You can see that Sziky was able to rebuild the drones now. He's having 51 again. However, OyA was able to rebuild his powerful army. 2-1 upgrades. Too soon. There are a lot of lurkers from Sziky, so there is a potential that he will be able to defend it because there are a lot of zealots from OyA, and those zealots are pretty vulnerable against the lurkers. However, if OyA will storm all the lurkers, they will be not that effective, and we can see that he has potential for plenty of storms. Very nice micro from both players. OyA is mined out in the main base. Soon he will be mined out in the second base, so he will be only on 2 base mining, and this is always the moment in ZvP when you are playing 4 base versus 4 base that Zerk will have some additional boost of income at this situation when Protoss will be mined out in the main and natural, but Protoss is still having additional gas income, so this is 4 base. This is 4 base, 4 gas income Protoss. At the same time, we are having a shuttle drop over here, heading towards the third base, but there are Hydras. So if Sziky will realize it with this link, he will be able to snipe this shuttle, and he did it very nicely. So that's one step towards winning this game, towards coming back to this game after incredible aggression from OyA. We are having an incredible storm from OyA, killing almost every single lurker of Sziky. Those lurkers are dealing so much damage, however, there is still couple more zealots alive. Sziky is sending whatever he has to fight this army. There is more storms. There are more storms available from OyA. Beautiful storms, but now links are on top of the goons. It will be very close. It's very important for OyA to keep those goons alive. He's sending more reinforcements. The supplies are definitely in favor of Protoss. You can see that Sziky is struggling to take the 5th expansion. Both players are macroing like crazy. 3-2 upgrades for the Protoss. Nice micro here from OyA, sniping the lurkers. However, now Sziky was able to snipe 2 High Templars, so beautifully done. And the game stabilized for a moment. But you can see that there is a repeater on the way in the game, and there will be stasis available. The energy for the stasis should be done in a second. It's 5 more, but there are 4 scourges over here. So OyA needs to be careful because it's relatively easy to snipe the arbiter. We can see that Sziky is trying to fight against this army, but he doesn't have detection over here. So his units wasn't shooting for a while, and now OyA is destroying the army of Zerk, especially with adding Weaver to the army composition. And it looks like OyA will take 2-0 lead against Sziky in the semi, which is quarterfinals of BSL Surprise Tournament. Did you guys expect this tournament? Because I hope that not, and I hope that was a nice surprise for you, that we organized the extra event especially for you. And it looks like the game ended. Very good game number 2, very back and forward, beautiful match, and we are having 2-0 lead for our amazing Protoss player, Mr. OyA. So now we will have game number 3. The map pick is going to be Sziky again. Let's see the BSL ladder because I haven't seen it yet today. Let's check it out, how the things are going. We can see that we have Mr. Dawid as a first spot, Mr. OyA as a second spot, Mr. Sziky as a third spot. We have Mr. Fengzi, Mr. Xiaogege, Mr. Bonnie, Mr. Quark, Mr. Shin, Mr. Pitak, Mr. Nagrim, Mr. Artosis, Mr. Zzakpe, Mr. Dragon, Mr. Squall, Mr. Xuan, Mr. Zzakpe again, Mr. Madinho, Mr. Artosis again. We have also Mr. NWO31, and we have Mr. Kavapu and Mr. Jiraiya. Many good players, Super Gosu players are taking part. 173 and participants already. That's pretty high number for this stage of the BSL, so I'm very happy that you guys are taking part in this tournament. So I would like to say to you guys that the next map is going to be Nemesis and we are ready to jump into it, so let's get into the game number 3 between OyA and Sziky. So, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, father, mothers, welcome on Nemesis. The top left location of Nemesis, we are having Super Gostuzek from Hungary. This is Mr. Sziky. And his opponent on the top right location of the same map, surprisingly, we are having Super Gosu Protoss from Sweden, who is one game away from advancing to the semifinals, Mr. OyA. Ooh, and we will going to have one base play from OyA. So the special tactics book has been open. And OyA will bring something new, something original for us. It's not going to be 9 gateway, surprisingly. Me gusta el melón con vino, Mr. Ratzev. I love melon with wine. Me gusta StarCraft. Me gusta el StarCraft. Double gateway against 12 hatchery. Sziky is having a really good situation. Sziky should be relatively happy because usually you want to go for the 12 hatchery against one base player, against one base Protoss, and you usually want to go for the 12 hatch against double gateway because you have those additional larvas. This hatchery is here relatively early. And we can see that Sziky wasn't able to scout where OyA is, but I think I'm not sure, I think he's in the probe here, right? But now he will be able to scout that OyA is not here. But he doesn't see zealots moving out. Now he will see 3 zealots immediately, and he didn't keep too many larvas. There was an option for him to have 1 more larva available. However, because those zealots are moving out so late, he will have an option to build a sunken. So that will be relatively good defense, relatively easy defense for Sziky, I feel like. Speed for the links is on the way. 2 probes from OyA pulled, but there will be 6 links to push them away. The sunken is already on the way from Sziky. Nice micro from OyA, not allowing Sziky to kill any of his probes. And now with that number of Zerglings, he can try to trade against those zealots. Maybe not with the probes, but still he can try to do it. We can see that OyA is expanding behind it, but Sziky is already having 90% of their link speed done. This cannon is on the way, but link speed 3, 2, 1, and the link speed is there. Link speed is done, so he will be able to snipe the cannon, and it will be very hard situation for OyA. You will try to trade with the pros, but he will lose so many of them. Speed links are already in his base, and we are having GG from OyA. So that means that we will have 2-1 lead still for OyA, but that was a nice punishment from Sziky, nice play overall. And that was a good map to play on 12 hatch and relatively fast speed for the links, because there is a potential to kill the X and try to run by from the back of the base. So having the control in front, like not allowing Protoss to leave the base, and having the control of the scouting from the Protoss gives you an option that Protoss will not know what's going on, and maybe Sziky is droning up, maybe he is attacking very quickly, or maybe he's killing the X in order to jump into your main base very quickly. So that's one of the potentials. So I like this choice from Sziky. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next map of this series is going to be Transistor, and without further ado, let's get into it. So on the top right location of Transistor, we are having Super Gosu, Zeg, Mr. Sziky. On the bottom right of Transistor, we are having Super Gosu, Zeg, Mr. OyA. Interesting map. I believe we have it in one of the earliest BSL. And we had excellent games over here. In the ladder, not in the ladder, in the surprise tournament qualifications, when there was finals Dragon versus Bonnie. Dragon played excellent game against Bonnie over here. So this game, this map is giving us a good games very often. However, with those two ramps, there is a potential for extra shenanigans, or however you call it. And we need to remember that this is OyA peak, because he lost the last game. So he decided to play on Transistor. Let's see where will be the gateway position. Here is the gateway. Sziky is going for the 12 or 11 hatch again. Hatch. Actually 11 hatch from Sziky. So he is respecting double gateway again. I thought that he's going for 2 hatcheries before the pool, but it would be pretty crazy. He's going for 12 hatch into relatively fast gas. 11 hatch, excuse me. The first deload is coming towards Sziky. He will be able to apply a little bit of pressure. However, this 11 hatch will allow Sziky to have links perfectly on time, probably. Maybe like 1 or 2 seconds too late, but it will be still much better than it would be with 12 hatch. And we already see a Nexus from OyA. Only on two zealots. Those links are not there yet, but as I was saying, 1 or 2 seconds. At least OyA forced Sziky to drone drill. This Zealot will be surrounded. You can see that OyA is trying to apply some pressure with the probe. Very nice trade from OyA, helping the Zealot with the probe. But the speed for the links is on the way. And we can see cybernetic core from OyA before the forge, before additional Zealots. And he has 2 ramps to protect. This is very sneaky Zealot. Now OyA will be able to apply pressure in the main base of Sziky. However, how he will defend this Zealot aggression, I'm wondering, because there are Zealots going towards him, though there are Zerlings going towards him. Those are the speed links, so he needs to hold position on the ramp very quickly, but he's not doing that. So those Zealots will die very, very quickly. We can see that Sziky was able to defend this early aggression from the Zealot, and GG from OyA, and we are having 2-2, guys. Very quick tie of the series from Mr. Sziky. That's pretty impressive. 351 to 354 APM from both of these guys. Their keyboards are basically molested. So now there is a map pick for Mr. OyA again. And guys, it's going to be yellow map, but not as yellow as you think. It's going to be yellow from the name. You can squeeze it, you can add it to your salad, you can add it to your water. It's going to be lemon, and this is a 2-2. And to be honest, I'm pretty excited, so let's get into it. So spawning on the bottom right position of lemon, we are having Mr. OyA. And again, playing on the same map as OyA. The top left location, we are having Mr. Sziky. Very nice first position. This map has so much gas. If we will have a longer game over here, it's going to be very interesting from my perspective how this game will look like, because there is a potential for, like, if Protoss will take the third base over here or over here, he will have access to additional 2 Vespin geysers, so it will be a Protoss on 3 bases with 4 assimilators, which is incredible access to incredible amount of gas. And guys, after this match we will going to have Devil versus Terror. They are banning the maps right now. I will be able to tell it to you what map is going to be as a first map. It's going to be live. But here we are having a match point from the third quarterfinals. First quarterfinal, Bonnie won with Boa, 3-0. Second quarterfinal, Quark won with Pitak, 3-1. Now we are having 2-2. That means that winner of this particular map on this particular game on this particular map will advance to the second semifinals and will face winner of The World vs Terror, which will happen immediately after this match. OyA, as always, starting with the gateway first. He's very good in building probes, so that's one of the factors of being a great Protoss player, that you know when you can start building probes you know when you can stop building them to power up to rapid tech, very fast tech. But we can see that Sziky, only with 4 links, he will take the third base immediately. And it will be a little bit harder to hold the ramp in the main base for OyA. That's why he's going for 3 zealots before the Nexus. Now the Nexus is on the way. Sziky seeing the number of zealots, adding a couple more links just to apply a little bit more pressure. Actually, he's adding links so he will have 10 of them. That means that if OyA will not build additional zealot, he will have a hard time dealing with them. Nice catch from the probe, not showing those additional links. OyA is doing his best to scout, however Sziky is blocking the probe very, very nicely. Cybernetic core again from OyA. So you can see how powerful this player is. He was playing very, very defensively the first 3 games, and he managed to play it very, very well, but now he's playing a very greedy mode for 3 games in a row. Maybe not this 3rd game, because oh, this is pretty good engagement for Sziky, I feel like. Beautiful micro from OyA, but he will lose most of the zealots. He doesn't have a cannon. The forge is on the way. The forge is done, but that was a good trade for the Zerg. Because you can look at it this way. You wouldn't be able to trade 10 links or 9 links for 3 zealots when there would be +1 down, so it's very good to trade it now. But it looks like OyA is playing without a cannon. Sziky is building more links. He badly wants to punish it. I know how the Zerg feels in situation like this. Like, you want Protoss to build the cannon. You want Protoss to spend on the money on this static defense. And if you don't have anything to punish it, you always feel bad because you know that Protoss will be ahead with tech. We'll have a faster Corsair. We'll have a faster speed for the zealots. So it's going to be pretty hard. And finally we can see the cannon on the way. The reason why Protoss players are building the cybernetic core in the wall is that if there would be 9073, their forge, which is building +1 weapon, will be not sniped with the Hydras. You can see more drones from Sziky. Now it's time to build additional hatchery. He's building it now. Corsair will scout the Scourges. Thank you, Mr. Yu, for thumbs up. This 5th hatch. Let's see if Sziky will be able to snipe this Corsair. Now OyA will be able to confirm at least, okay, this is a relatively normal opening. But Sziky is trying to snipe the Corsair. One of them will connect. Second of them, oh, it's going to be close. Oh, I was scared. Oh, those crazy Corsairs. Crazy Scourges. It wasn't Tom Cruise piloting this Corsair, so he died. We can see Hydra then from Sziky. He is mining gas from 2 extractor. That means that he will go for the Mutas, like he did on Kickflip. Second sunken in both bases. So we are waiting for the 6th hatch from Sziky. Because now with those mutas he should feel relatively safe against potential Zealot's attack. OyA did a great job keeping the production of Zealots high. Very high. And he already has a +1 weapon and speed for the Zealots, so he will be able to move out with those Zealots. There is only 3 Corsairs for now, so Sziky not showing the mutas, he will be able to defend against those Zealots without too big of a pressure, especially that he is mining gas from 3 extractors now, so he will have access to many scourges. We are also seeing +1 weapon, Carapace weapon being developed. Sziky is not even showing the mutas now. OyA wants to apply some pressure. But now he will be able to punish those Zealots for overstaying here. And OyA decides to sacrifice it for a couple of drones for a little bit of mining time from Sziky, but it's definitely a good situation for the Z player. However, we can see that OyA is already mining gas from 2 assimilators, already going up to 7 gateways. So many drones from Sziky. So many probes from OyA as well. However, it looks like Sziky is doing a good job droning up. His natural is definitely having a good amount of drones for 6 mineral fields. This base needs like 5 more drones, but Sziky is building them. More Hydras are incoming. There will be Dark Archon. Maelstrom is on the way. Only 6 mutas, but there are 3 cannons and 7 Corsairs, so OyA is more than ready for this aggression from Sziky. I mean, those scourges can connect, but I don't think 6 mutas can deal with 3 cannons. OyA with a massive amount of Zealots. He was investing every single amount of minerals he had on Zealots and Corsairs. Beautiful micro from both players. Sziky bringing only 2 scourges to chase, to scare the Corsairs away. Ooh, nice Maelstrom on the scourges. But the number of Hydras, it looks like it's enough for Sziky, so he will be able to defend it. OyA with the nice timing attack. He killed most of the scourges, like all of the scourges and all of the mutas, but now he is losing the Corsairs for free. This is critical mistake from OyA. He's struggling to get back to this game. His situation isn't terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible yet. He can definitely try to play it out as long as he will be able to survive it. Survive this aggression from Sziky. Those are +1 weapon Hydras. Already 7 hatcheries from Sziky. 8-1 on the 4th base. More gateways from OyA. There is only 1 High Templar somehow, but I believe he's building more of them. Those are very good trades for Sziky. Look at the supplies, guys. There is an advantage for Zeg, which is never good for Protoss. Oh, and so many lookers to contain Sziky. Poor OyA is trying to snipe them. Very nice job, but it will be very hard to get out from his natural. Sziky is sending more and more Hydras, but very hard situation for the Protoss. Hello, Mr. Mikazo. Welcome everyone, guys. Mr. Phoenix, Mr. Yukop, Mr. Seriosity, Mr. Selnaga. Sziky is sending more and more units towards OyA base. There are so many lookers, it will be very hard to leave this base to break this contain from the Protoss, but who else than OyA can do it? That's definitely painful for him that those goons are not connected with the majority of his army, because goons are badly needed to try to break this contain. And we can see that OyA is trying to do it, but there are so many lookers over here. He's trying to, and very nice sniper on the observer, so it looks like most of the units from OyA will be dead, and Sziky is probably taking the game. He's reverse sweeping the match against OyA, and he's taking 3-2 victory and advance to the second round of the bracket, advance to the semi-finals. Beautiful game.